Is your host Gabriel Phoenix and welcome back to another action-packed day. That's right, folks. um so this is the true guide for the evil commanders. For those who got confused with the video before, don't worry, we got you. We definitely got you 100%. So everybody, now we're going to be able to get this stuff going. We're going to be able to go over the guides properly, and you all will be able to have a great time in doing this. So, further ado, before something happens again, let's get in it. Let's go dive deep. Let me check my messages here. Woo! That's right, 200 gold. All right. Gotta love those 200 gold. Delicious. What? Those are not gold, Gabriel? Those are actually gems? I know, okay? I know. And I got a pool and I got nothing. Okay. So, we're going to go into the commander guides right now. So, jump right into it. Let's start off with my main man. Come on. So, this guy right here is wonderful. He is a focus damage dealer to 100%. He is really good. You usually get him for the 199 starter pack. Very worthwhile to buy. He is actually going to be probably your primary commander through the whole season. One of the easiest ones to get to a level 5 and respect. Definitely, you can definitely level up very easily. Super powerful early on. Super powerful. So, how do you build them? What kind of build do you do? So, he is a focused damage dealer. 100%. When you look at his stats here, he is 272 on focus damage. Yes, you can make him into a physical damage dealer. That's not a problem. Let's see if I can fix my camera a little bit here. A little off. There you go. So, he is a focus damage dealer. His abilities is 100% focus damage. So let's get into it. Let's dive deep and look at this. Your main ability that you want to do is when you get to tier 3. Now, for me personally, I have discussed this before about tier 5 on him. I'm not a big fan of tier 5. Yes, it lowers the defense. Yes, it lowers the speed of the enemies, and then it also increases your defense and speed for 1 round. Sorry, it decreases not your defense. I was thinking about this right here. It only decreases the enemy for 1 round. It's not the best, to be honest with you. I really think that his Ring Wraith is the best ability he provides. For burn, poison, and focus damage, he's going to get an additional 30%, which is amazing because he also increases his focus at max level, which is going to be 15 plus. Wonderful commander. So the way how I build them, I don't even bother with increased defense of army. I don't even bother with that. This I will level up last because the Shadow of the East, man, wonderful. It does 300% one time. You do it once every battle, and that does critically a lot of damage. You can wipe out a lot of units very easy with this ability. You want to be able to use this, and what it does is it will target the unit that actually has with the highest defense first, even though all his abilities will do that too, because units with high defense cannot defend against focus damage. So when you're looking at a commander and you're actually thinking about, you know, hey, what do I do? Do I get more strength? Do I get more focus? You know, how do I know what defense? Now, defense is always going to be something that's going to be part of your pretty much your commander for your army only. It's nothing going to be affected as far as your units go, because when you see a unit, you don't have things like focus damage on there. So you don't have focus damage, you only have defense, you only have attack, you only have HP, and then you have siege damage. So when you're looking at a commander and you're looking at a unit, so let's go into my military branch, just get more gold, gotta love it. Alright, so when you are going to a unit, you're gonna see speed, damage, HP, and defense. Now, what focus damage does, it's going to allow your commander to do what is called pure damage. So, whatever damage is going to do by focus damage, it will not affect their defense whatsoever. Hey, Zilly, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So it will not affect their defense whatsoever. The focus damage is going to do pure damage right into them. It's not going to, you're not going to have to worry about nothing as far as that goes. So you want to be able to do that. Now, your strength, your physical damage is going to be able to go and increase your army's damage. That is true. Your physical damage, your might, everything else like that, that's going to help your physical damage along the way. Did I check out the patch notes? Yes, I did check out the patch notes. I am very happy with the archers. I am very happy with the big changes that they're doing for the evil faction. It's very, very beautiful. And I know there's the roleplay servers they're coming out with. So, and we got our emojis. God, gotta love emojis. Come on. So, when you're building a commander on focus or physical, you know, we discussed this before, and you're building their gear, you want to be able to look at their abilities and really see what they're targeting. First, you're going to look at their stats, and then you're going to look at their abilities. So he's definitely a pure focus damage dealer. I mean, some of his best attacks. Just look at this one. This is against 2 enemies. This is the Screech right here is one of his best moves. He's going to be going against 2 enemies. He has a 100% chance to stun. So that automatically he's going to stun 100% no matter what's going to happen. And he inflicts 164 damage of focus damage continuously after the stun effects ends. So that is just ridiculous. That means it's just going to keep doing damage every turn. This thing is wonderful. And when you combine it with a max rate of Ring Wraith, you're going to do 30% on top of that damage. So what you're going to be doing is doing the damage of focus damage times whatever that is. And here, let me see if I can pull a calculator out. Handy dandy calculator. Handy dandy alright, his focus damage is 272 times 164%. That's 44,000. And then we're going to times that by 30%. 0.3. So that right there altogether is an additional 13,000 damage that he does. 13,000 damage that he's going to do to an army after he does his primary damage of 44,000 in his full blast. So that, my friend, is crazy sauce. Oh, no, I did this wrong. What am I talking about? It's 272 times, because I did 164. That was incorrect. I apologize, folks. I apologize. My mathematics skills are not working. So it's actually going to be 1.64%. And that will do a total of 446 of damage on that times 0.3 So that's increasing that damage by another 133. And then you're getting all the buffs from everything else. So you're going to easily do continuously damage on all focus damage. So what focus damage does is it's going to increase poison, and it's going to increase 100% on your burn damage. So what you want to do when you select a unit, especially for this guy right here, the way I built him, like I said, you're going to build him with a lot of focus damage. You want to make sure you get your Shadow of the East up. You want to make sure you want to get your Ring Wraith up. This Screech is wonderful, beautiful. And then you're going to put Second in Command. Second in Command is wonderful. Now, I don't run Anticipation. I don't care for it. It's not needed. Yes, a lot of people like it because it avoids damage, but it's not needed. If you're doing a blast of damage in the beginning, you're going to be taking out about 25% of their army every turn efficiently. If you're really getting some really good, strong, like you can use Alchemists. I use Corsairs, and I use the Morgul Archers, and that way you'll be able to do a lot more damage. Let's see here. So when you build him as an army, and we actually can test this out. This is the army build that I recommend using. It is the Corsair, then you use the Archers, and I use a little bit of Riders. The reason I use the Riders is to stop certain mount units from hitting them harder, and the Riders will be able to eliminate them quicker. Snipers, they give them a little buff. I don't understand that buff on the snipers. I'm just going to be understand. It's only 2 damage increase on their base attack. It should have been 18 or 20, and then their max damage should have been 30. But, you know, not my decision on that on the units. But, well, that's another thing. But this, hands down, these units now have gone in 10 times better. So we're going to show you a little bit of this, how this works. Let's see if I can find an enemy tablet, an enemy tile. Yes, give me their tablet. I need their passwords. I think they cleared them all out. Bum, bum. Let's see here. Oh, I know what to do. No, I don't want to attack them. Ah. Okay. I'm trying to find a fort for you guys. So that way I can show you some stuff. Okay, here you go. Move these guys here. And then we'll go on to the explanation, and then we'll show you guys some more how their units are. Give me a second here. So many commanders! How do you do it, Gabriel? Alright, so back to the commander build. While we're waiting for that, that's going to take about 20 minutes or something. Like, some people are going to be shorter. So that way I can show you guys how the units work with those commanders. So, next commander I want to go into is Shadow. Shadow, for me, is one of the best commanders in the game. One of the best commanders in the game. He is phenomenal. The Shadow does so much. I know I'm stunning my epics I'm studying my epic heroes with my legendary equipment. So yeah, but I will say this: one of the best gears you can give them is this one here. Each turn, each round, it does a stack up and it boosts. And when you give a plus, when it finally maxes out, it is a amazing might and focus. The reason why you want to do that with Shadow, because he actually uses both teams. So you want a little mixture of physical damage and you want a little mixture of focus damage. His stat line is perfectly even, so you really want to expose that. His speed is phenomenal too compared to other ones. Like as you see here, his speed is phenomenal as well. They're all speeds phenomenal, but you get the point. So he has a pretty decent speed for his abilities and for his might and focus damage. When you go into his build, the way I built him, now I was gonna redo this because I want to actually increase this up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to reset this here, and I'm going to show you guys how I would build it. I would actually max this out. Max this ability out, Undertaking. Now, this ability is wonderful, 90% chance to attack twice every turn. You gotta love that. That right there is solid. He is easily, you want to make him a tier 5 easily. You're gonna go here, and this is what's great. Normal attack deals damage to all enemies. Let's get this straight. Normal attack deals damage to all enemies, right? You're gonna boost that, and normal attack will inflict poison damage when maxed out. You gotta love that, where this is gonna create his might, right? So right here, normal attacks will inflict 10%, and you want to make sure, yeah, the normal attack will inflict focus damage. So remember, he's attacking twice. You're getting him to attack twice with the focus damage, and then you're gonna max out your Ring Wraith. Well, right now I don't have a max out level, but you're gonna do as many levels you can. So look at this. So he's gonna attack twice. He's going to get his boost from, of course, the Ring Wraith. Ring Wraith only does a maximum of 30% anyways of that. So that would be probably your last ability. But man, look at this. So you're getting 75% damage to all enemies. You're getting a normal attack to deal additional 150 focus damage. Freaking amazing. You're actually going to have a 90% chance to attack twice each round. Twice, 90%. Folks, that's 90%. And look at that. He gets a little might boost right there. You don't need any of these on him. You don't need anything. You just need him to be as bad as possible. He is amazing. And this is good. I thought it's 30% burn for commanders and all ally units. No, what it is against all enemies. When you do all enemies, it's going to be a 30. Hey, how you doing, Christopher? Welcome to the channel. It's actually going to be Ring Wraith. It's just boosting all damage that are dealt to the enemy. Like burn, focus damage, poison. So any damage that is dealt to them, they'll be. But the way how I build Shadow is definitely this. Give him that double attack, because let me tell you folks, he's dealing damage upon damage. He's dealing 4 times damage. So you're dealing an attack. You're going to deal all damage to all enemies. Plus, you're going to deal additional focus damage. That's 3 attacks in 1 turn. And then you're going to attack again, and you're going to do another 3. That's 6 attacks in 1 turn. This guy is just crazy. I'm telling you. Ah! He is so good. And you don't need any blue skills. You don't need any blue skills. Focus on his main. And what's crazy is, oh, sorry. Oh, I forgot. He does poison damage as well. So that's 4 attacks for 1, and then you do attack again and it does again. That's 8. He is just insanely good. I love this champion so much. Now let's go on to a legend. This is actually Black Serpent. Black Serpent, you're gonna see he is also balanced between attack and focus damage. A little bit more on the focus damage. Now, honest opinion about the Black Serpent. He may not be the best legendary there is until you reach his tier 3. His tier 3 is the best for... It's just absolutely the best. Not his tier 5 unless you're using elephants. Tier 5 elephants. If you're doing elephants, you want to have him tier 5. He is, to be honest with you, early game, tier 1, he's really not the best. There's better legendaries out there that does a lot more, which would be, you know, Fire Dancer. With Fire Dancer, you're able to do burn damage, normal attacks inflicts burn. You're able to deal twice the burn damage if it goes. I mean, you could build him as that and get him like some, I guess, Corsairs would be really great for him. What I would do is, hands down, I would definitely focus on getting your tier 3 because this here is going to be amazing. I focus heavily on doing Dragoons and Corsairs with him. He's really good because not only he's going to reduce the damage of your evil men, but man, he's also reducing it again by another 14 damage. So right there, you're talking about 29% of damage reduction. That's phenomenal. And you have a 25% chance of attacking twice. That right there is solid. His tier 3 is where you want him to be. Now, if you're running elephants, you know, go ahead, try to get him there. He has a good HP recovery. It's okay. It's whatever. This is damage is whatever. I mean, it's very hard to get his... very, very hard to get there on there. Yes, you can also use Halbenders. You can use the pretty much the Evil Man spear unit. That's what I'm gonna just call him, spear unit. But right there, he would be really good on that. But to be honest with you, Corsairs are going to be better if you use Fire Dancer. What you're going to do is Fire Dancer is going to be good because you're going to burn damage and you want to keep doing the burn damage. You want to keep applying, and you can also do your Horn of Herald, which is gradually going to increase your damage over the 3 turns, and it decreases from there. I mean, those are the things you want to do. In reality, you can build him without Evil Men. You can do some Orcs right here, but he's really good just doing Evil Men. And if you're getting your Elephants, you want to make sure that you build him right. Now, Dragoons are also really good with him too. Dragoons right here are phenomenal build. They're phenomenal with him. So when I build an army with him, where's his army right here? What I would recommend is Dragoons and Corsairs purely. Unless you know you're fighting a lot of mount units, then bring in the spear unit team. But I highly recommend doing Dragoons and Corsairs. Phenomenal combination. We're going to show you that in a bit. So those right there is truly wonderful. I love using this combination with him, especially maxing out those twin attacks, being able to reduce the damage. It does really wonderful. Another great thing you can do is Riders. Riders are pretty good with him because he does reduce the damage on your Riders, which already has a reduced damage of 10%. So when you're looking at your units right here, you have, of course, avoidance. So they're gonna have a major boost in avoidance and reduced damage of 29%. Plus, they're gonna be able to do their regular attack and have their 100% burn attack. you're going to be able to get here too with your Dragoons. Your Dragoons are going to be hands down phenomenal. Not only do they do a steady attack, they're really great units. They're one of the best evil units. I would say, debatingly, they could be even best because they are hands down way better than Fallens. Fallens can't even compare to these guys. These guys do a lot more. They're way cheaper. You can produce them. You can do a lot better with them. No. The chance to avoid damage is not 29%. It's the chance to reduce damage goes to 29%. And if you're giving him dragoons will actually increase that chance to 39% on reducing damage with Black Serpent, and then for the damage that he receives, Dragoons receive on that would be 59% reduction. That is ridiculous, because when you're looking at Black Serpent, oh, we captured something. Good. All right, when we looking at Black Serpent right here, his main ability is gonna give Evil Man damage is minus 15%, and in here they automatically get a minus 14%, so that's automatically a minus 29% damage that's going to be reduced automatically without any problems whatsoever. So that's why I say doing Dragoons with him, hands down the best, automatically best. Doing Corsairs with him, hands down amazing, because they also have that avoidance damage, so you're getting double the features. Riders with him, they will receive a good benefit because of the minus 14, but it's only going to be 24%, where Dragoons, if they're facing a ranged unit, forget it. Those Dragoons are going to chop them up. They're out of here. They're going to be out of here. That's 59% damage reduction from ranged units that Dragoons will receive. Those ranged units are chopped liver. They're doing literally less than half damage on those units. That is phenomenal. I'm telling you. That's why I'd say for him, you really want to lock his tier 3, his respect level 3, because that's where he sits. His first level is gonna be doing that right there. Now, let's go into Sauron. Sauron is really good. He is, let me tell you, Sauron is phenomenal. I'm just going to straight out hand admit, he is cream of the crop. One of, probably the best evil commander in the whole game. Maybe probably even, maybe possibly one of the top commanders, probably in the top 5 in the game, because his damage is ridiculous. This guy can deal damage hands down and not even care. So let's look at this again. How I feel, tier 5 on him is tier 5. I don't care for. Tier 5, I really don't care for. Yes, you get stunned. Yes, is his last level is disappointing, I gotta admit. So probably that's what people were telling you. His tier 5 is disappointing. But his main abilities for tier 1, phenomenal. Tier 2, excellent. I mean, Deceiver, I don't like Deceiver. Going to Deceiver pathway, I should say. I should correct myself, because you want Deceiver with this, but I don't like going Deceiver pathway because it has to do with madness, and there's no needing for madness. But Deceiver is really good because it does help with your focus damage, but you really want to mainly focus on your Lord of Gifts and your Gorthoro. I think that's how you probably say it. So with Sauron, your Lord of Gifts is phenomenal. it's going to boost your whole abilities of all your base stats equipment by 30%. So let's look at his stats really quick. His focus damage, and yes, people, you do see that right, is 374. Murder! Ah! Hey, Undead, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. But yes, you see that correctly. 374 focus stat damage right there, folks. That guy is super amazing. Super amazing. And just look at that. It will boost all the focus damage of poison, burn, everything. So think about that. I want you to think about that. For the people who are thinking or doubting this character, because he is phenomenal. You look at him, your stats are automatically boost. That is ridiculous. To 300 and something. Look at this against 2 enemy units, right? 2 enemy units, you're going to do focus damage. If you max that level out and you continue to go forward, you're going to do major damage. But this right here, it's going to deal 94% damage. So you got a damage dealer, you got another damage dealer. And then when you look at here, all focus damage received by the enemy is increased by 25%. Ah, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. And over here, you have another focus damage here. This guy is phenomenal. Phenomenal. This is against 2, and it will heal your ally. So all your units are going to heal. And yes, I'm going to do, that's why I was marching, by the way. I was marching all my units there so you guys can physically see how they do. And here's another one too. This is going to plus damage, but they will, but you receive more damage, but focus damage continues every turn. This is why you want to focus on him. His pure focus damage is phenomenal. I 100% guarantee it. We are going to show you those battles again with those. So let's go on to the next guy here. Now we're going to, so we did 2 epics. We're going to do 2 rares. 2 epics and 2 rares. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you guys are probably a lot stronger. I haven't really been training that much. I've been dealing with a lot. I've been let me tell you guys. Rise of Warlord Season 3 is out. So if you guys never play Rise of Warlord 3, it's very similar to Lord of the Rings. Wonderful game. Has to do with Greek mythology. Has to do like Chinese, Vikings, Egypt. Everybody's there. I highly recommend you guys checking it out. There's a download link in the description. Check that out too, guys. Also, there's a Lord of the Rings download link too. If you guys ever need to look at that, that's also in the description too. Which game is better in my opinion? I like Rise of Warlord a lot better, to be honest with you. There's just so much to do in Rise of Warlord. There is capturing cities. There is doing it's just a lot better. It's capturing cities. The farming is a lot balanced. It's a lot more balanced from free-to-play players and pay-to-win players. You don't get this absurdness with the gears over blasting of that. And yes, it may not have a strong IP like Lord of the Rings, but the community and the alliance battles and everything else, it gets really intense. Where here in Lord of the Rings, it doesn't get too intense. You know, you're battling out, but man, in Rise of Warlord, the fighting, it is so intense. And you guys can see that. There's a couple of videos, I think, where we're fighting and stuff like that. Go check those games out. Definitely love that. So, you need to reset bro balance your all stats. Alright, so here you go, guys. This right here is Agzork. Yeah, the game is Rise of Warlord. If you guys want to check out Rise of Warlord, there is a download link in the description down below. Please click on that. Check out the game. It's a wonderful game. They have a new server. You can start on that if you're new, but if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty, the earlier servers are there. I'm on server 9. I'm in Greece. That's where I play, but the game is really phenomenal. That's Rise of Warlord. That's in my download link subscription. You guys can definitely check. So, Azor. As right here, this guy as a rare champion. Rare champion. Basically, you start him off. He's a starting unit. Look at that, 242 physical power. So the way how you're gonna make him, and this is what I do, I build him with Shadow of the Mist and Mountain Warrior Path. So with Shadow of the Mist, you're actually going to be able to hit them at 180% physical damage, continuing for 2 rounds. And when it was maxed out, it goes on for a 3rd round. So this right here is going to be so good. I'm really happy for this. And I'm actually excited I'm going to be going to the roleplay servers. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going for the mixed servers. I'm going to be doing the roleplay servers. I'm going to do Agmar again. So next thing you want to do is actually do bleeding that causes to it, which does physical damage to 3 turns. So your actually duration is extending for 3 rounds, and right here you're extending that for the 3 rounds. And then what you want to do is Mountain Warriors, because you're going to face a lot of good unit factions that have a lot of archers. So he is actually 100% anti-range, 100% anti-range. And then you're going to target with the lowest HP, which most archer units are. Like if you're facing archer teams, you're going to be able to do that and definitely be able to wipe out the good faction. So he's really good against the meta right now for archers. For like if you're facing Lorians, if you're facing Lindels, even the good faction, because they use a lot of the bow and arrow teams. He is phenomenal. He tears right through them. He just opens them up and just rips out their hearts and be like, what difference between roleplay servers? The roleplay servers are good versus evil, where the newer servers on Season 2 are going to be mixed factions. So you'll have good and evil in one, that you can have good commanders and evil factions as well. So that's the pretty much different between the servers. That's how it pretty much is. I'm not going to like the mixed servers because, to be honest with you, I know how those things turn out. I play these games a lot. Your mixed servers, you're going to get whales and a lot of tryhards, and you're going to get the same armies, meta builds. You're going to just have the same people run the same commanders, same army, same comp, and it's going to be very boring. And once you get into mid-game, everybody's running the same thing or trying to get the same thing, and they're going to try to go. At least with the good versus evil faction in the role-playing, you can switch up as much as you want. You can change as much as you want. It's constantly increasing, constantly changing because of the balance patches that they're doing. That's what I would recommend. But back to the guide videos. Right here you have the Pursuer. The Pursuer, this right here is good for early game. You're probably going to want to use this for early game. The same. I would not use this pathway because he doesn't do any focus damage. And as you can see here, this is focus damage. So I would not do the black pathway because that right there is kind of useless and it's not going to help out at all. Weapon expertise, you can do that. It depends on what you're doing. I did anti-range. It works really well, really gradually well. Punishers is pretty good too. If you wanted to do like Shadow of the Mist, if you didn't want to do anti-range, which I don't know why you wouldn't, if you didn't want to do anti-range, I would do the Shadow Mist pathway and the Pursuer pathway, get these characters out and be able to do that. Sorry, my hair was I gotta get a haircut, guys. That's exactly 100% true, and it's been because of COVID lockdowns. I haven't been able to go out that much. So right here, everybody's main man, everyone's favorite. You love him, you know him. It is Luz. Luz, look at that stat. Let me tell you how ridiculous his physical damage is. He's not known to be one of the best epics in the game for no reason. He is really good as he's yelling at us, just shouting in agreement. Look at that, 313 for an epic. He's not even a legendary. He is an epic. So, when you go in here and you look at his stats, this is how I would build him. I think I actually have to reset him. So attacking. Yes, I gotta reset him. So let's reset him. Right? So I built him with pure berserkers. It's one of the reasons why, and I forgot to show you actually the army comp for Sauron and everything. I'll go back and tell you guys that. I build them pure on berserkers. I just purely play Uruk-hai on him. The Uruk-hai is actually really good for him. So what I will do is get this every round, max out the white hand every round. And then I will do this right here, because if I remember the Uruk-hai, yep. And you want to max out his speed. Hi there, how you doing? You want to max out the speed right here. Boom. Then you want to do the HP recovery. Okay. And then you want to be able to do the damage. Okay. So you don't really need to do this anymore. You don't really need to do this. You don't need to really do this. You want to be able to do this. That is phenomenal, of course. And then you kind of don't want to do the pursuer. None of that really matters. So I would actually do damage received right here. And what you want to do is focus. He kills the armies by himself. Yeah, he does. He literally can kill the armies by himself. He is really good. You can actually just put like the self-disabling damage. But what I like to build them as is berserkers. I like to build them as pure berserkers. Get him in there. Let's see if I actually have that on him currently. I think I do. Oh, so I did a little different here. I went to do some double damage. I think I was just filling them up at the time. I think that's what I was doing, because I was doing a siege and I was sieging. Yeah, I was doing a siege and I was doing that. But I'll show you guys. His berserker damage is phenomenal. Wonderful, phenomenal. Here you go. And then for Sauron. For Sauron, I do the Morgals. I do Riders, because Riders are important. And then I'll do Corsairs. Now, usually I do the Corsairs on him, but I think this time I just did the pure Morgals because of the patch. And I knew the patch was coming, so I wanted to see how much damage they did. But those are the 3 units I would do with him. Corsairs, Morgals, and Riders. Riders are really good just for supporting on your focus armies, because again, they are fast, they have reduced damage, and they're able to dish out a lot of damage. They do a lot of DPS on mount units that you're mostly going to fight. And then for, of course, this guy, you want to do high pure physical damage. So you want berserkers with him and you want dragoons with him, because those units are super powerful. They're going to do damage to them. High power chase. So we did six commanders. 1, 2, 3. All right, we did 6 commanders. So now I'm going to show you guys what those commanders can do and what they're made of and how they actually do battle themselves. So we have okay, so we have a couple of things here. Let's see here. Okay, so we have an enemy here. So the first commander I'm going to show you guys is, you want to see Sauron right here. We'll go to Sauron. Here's, I think, okay. And then we'll show you guys him. Shadow. Let's see here. Oh, it looks like somebody's coming. Oh, it's a dwarf. It's okay. I don't care if they come. So, and let's do him. All right, so while those guys are marching on and being able to go and do their things, let's go on to some more commanders. Now, Undying. I just got Undying. He's my newest collection in the commanders. Yes, guys, I understand. I know I have... Oh. I'm going to get that because I'm actually looking forward to getting Witch King. And by the way, guys, most important tip for commanders, do your taverns. You will be able to get a lot of stuff in there. Let's just send this guy. I don't use him as a commander. To me, I didn't like him as a movie. I don't recommend him. He does a lot of madness stuff, and he's just, you know, gone. And honestly, you're not going to be able to use 20 commanders. I'm going to just be very flat honest with you guys. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to be able to field 20 commanders. I've done at most 17. And even then, like one of the commanders had half the armies because my barracks couldn't take it. And that's all tier 3 units too. I did all tier 3 units. And yeah, your army cannot do it. So as you can see, I have every epic except for this guy, and that's by choice. Actually, I don't like him. And then I'm just missing 3 legends here. I'm almost to Witch King, very close to him. I'm not too close with him yet. And then of course, him, I'm also not that close. But those are the units I have. So I just got Undying. So let's look at Undying, his abilities, and what am I doing? Now, Undying is interesting. He's a physical damage dealer, but his stats don't match. I don't know how I feel completely with him. He does do some crazy stuff like shadows. I would definitely do the normal attack if you can. His tier 5... To be honest with you, they made him... I really don't like him. His damage, I think maybe Fanatic would be good, and then this recovers HP. But really, recover HP, is it worth it? Because this is on round 4, and I mean, yes, enemy cannot recover, but I don't think it's really worth it. What I would do is, I would definitely follow doing your Undertaker. His tier 1 is just perfect enough. So I would do his Undertaker. When you're dealing this, all your normal attacks will deal damage to all enemies, and then they also do poison. It's always a benefit. His focus damage is not the best. And this will deal poison damage too. But this here, round 7, deals a powerful blow of 800% of poison damage. Now that's really good. Hey doll, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It does 800% damage once, so that's really good. Now, of course, he's not good at doing focus damage. This is why I'm saying it's a little weird. I would definitely put Undead Commander. He has a chance to avoid all combat damage. That is something that I would do. We'll level that up. I would definitely do received damage. And then I would do enemies deal less damage. So, Undying is really good as far as soaking damage. He's really good at healing up. And he's good at doing some decent focus damage. But if his focus damage was actually even strong enough. Honestly, guys, he's probably not the best legendary. I'm going to be really honest. He's really good at damage soaking up, like he's really good at soaking up damage. I would personally put, because he does have Ring Wraith, he does have the Screech, but these are all focus damage. Honestly, I would just put physical. I would throw in a whole bunch of Berserkers on him. I would throw in the Evil Man Spear unit, maybe some Dragoons on him, or even Riders. Besides that, he's really not 100% the best. Like, he can do some good shadow. It's kind of like they took all the commanders from the Witchkin, the Agmar faction, I should say, the Agmar faction, and they kind of like blended it in him. Like, oh, we're gonna give him a little Shadow, we're gonna give him a little Kamal, we're gonna give him some Witch King, we'll give him some Azor. You know, we'll do a little bit here, a little there, and like, to be honest, he's kind of missing a direction, except for a support. Now he's a great defender, of course, because he's, you know, he's soaking up damage. He's able to be there. He could do some damage now. As far as it goes, it's a little hard to build him because look how low that focus damage is compared to his physical damage. And it's kind of a little bit, well, you know, he really needs focus damage because it's pretty much most of his abilities are requiring focus damage. But I do recommend doing something like this. Against enemy commanders, you have a 50% damage of reducing the next damage dealt by 10%. You want to do things that are going to reduce damage. So mount units are receiving less damage. So what you want to do is try to make them as much of a soak damage. Like, that's why I said riders would be good because they do a decrease in damage. Dragoons would be good because they do a decrease in damage. Maybe berserkers because you'll be able to do a high enough damage. That's what I would do for him. He's probably on the lowest of the legendary pools. Now Witch King is a different way. Wow, look at this, guys. What is this? Okay. Okay. We're going to be looking at that. That's something new that came out. So, now Witch King, I don't have Witch King, but I want to get him. He is phenomenal. Now, I'm going to go over Witch King because I don't have him. So we'll go over him because I'm planning to get him. So, Witch King is an amazingly good legendary. It's one I highly recommend trying to get him. I've been very unfortunate where I haven't been able to successfully get him. He has eluded me so many times. So, his tier 5, it's going to be a Lord of Minas Morgul. It's another reduce might, reduce focus. It's okay. And then there's reduce damage, reduce that. I'm not big on reducing the enemy stats. It's often when you're facing good faction now maybe in the future that'll be better when they start balancing out the good units, because it's kind of like just pointless trying to reduce their buffs. That's all you're doing is you're reducing their buffs so that way they'll be able to just be normal again. It's kind of a waste. Now, his Ring Wraith is 100% worthwhile. Now, if you look at his stat line, he is also very balanced between physical and focus. It's going to be really great. So Ring Wraith is great. I would definitely do Screech. Screech is good. Ring Wraith is good. Now he, again, like I said, he's reducing the damage of the enemy. He's doing damage here. But this right here is where it's at. His Black Captain. He takes almost every single unit in the evil faction and he boosts up their damage. That right there is phenomenal. Look at that. Orcs and everything, they don't receive damage. And my god, the first 2 rounds, all units gain initiative. Initiative is mean they get to attack first. And they have and I believe when you go up, it's a 90% chance when you level it up to attack twice every turn. This path right here, oh my god, is worthwhile. I recommend it 100%. People have used Alchemist on him because Alchemists die really quick, but they do have that nice burn damage. So what you're going to do is you're going to do your Black Captain with your Ring Wraith, and you're going to do your Screech, and that's how you want to play it out. And then you may want to do your Lord. You may want to go ahead and do your Lord of the Nazguls, and maybe do like the break defense, but most likely you're gonna just do your Ring Wraith, and then I would recommend doing that. Like the Ring Wraith and Black Captain line is really good. They will do phenomenal. That's what makes him ridiculous is his Black Captain. It's just tier 1. You don't need to do the other tiers so much. It's just tier 1 that does everything. It is super phenomenal. Super phenomenal. All right, so let's go here. Let's look at our reports. So, it looks like he was the first to get there. So let's play here. Oh. So, here's Luz in combat. This is a level 50. It's going to be very easy, but that way you guys can see the damage. He's going to do the white hand, which is going to be increased to Uric High. He's going to do more boosting of the Uric High. So, there you go. 5,000 damage already. There's the 13 damage. Oh, look at that. It's so insane. This guy is just so insanely good. Look at that. That damage is just ridiculous. I think it's his only turn, what? Turn 2? Yeah, turn 2, and they do 4,000 right there. That's another 5,000. Clear, bam. Yeah, if we didn't lose any units. Man, those berserkers are doing themselves are 16,000, and we didn't even fill up the whole unit. Like when you do pure, when you get a pure berserkers, if I remember, it's like 44,000. Yeah, it's 44,000 damage that they do, and it's ridiculous. Like those berserkers alone on him do so much damage. So let's go here. All right, so let's show you the man of the hour, Sauron. So he's gonna come here. He's gonna do his whole thing, overload, everything like that. So let's see his damage here. There you go. That's why I like doing riders, because they do nice starting damage. That's 8,000 starting damage. He's gonna attack. That's 2,000 right there. Then do the burn damage. Automatically there. We take 5,000. There you go. Another hit. See, he's constantly doing damage. Continues damage. Oh, that 8,000. And are we gonna do another attack? I don't know if it's... Yep, there goes another attack. Oh! You see how much he's boosting up those archers? They're doing... What? It's like almost 20,000, right? Almost 20,000. And there you go. He does another 5,000 right there. 5,000 right there. Wow. Just look at that damage. And he's boosting up those Morgul archers like crazy with the double damage. These guys are like taking continuous damage like over and over and over. Look at that. 6,000 right there. And they take another 1,800. And then right there again. Boom. 5,000. That's why you want to use him, because he is so good. His poison damage control and any units that actually do like focus damage, they're automatically going to do a lot. Now with the new 90% chance on the Morgul archers, they are going to be doing hands down attack every turn. So you're going to be looking at 20,000 damage with them continuously, because that's how much you can do with them. That is phenomenal. Phenomenal. And now that makes them very competitive. Makes them very competitive in the scene for PvP, because now they can actually stick in there. Every turn they're attacking twice, and you're doing tons of damage to their face. In their face! And look, they're just, the other opponent is just taking so much damage. It's just ridiculous. Continuously. Just over, again, and again, and again. Just truly great. And that's it. It wipes them out. Now, let's look at the Black Serpent, like we were talking before. Bum, 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 bum. So he's going to get this evil command, Tribute Tactics, Fire Dancer, Hand of his hand. So, let's get it a little bit closer, because it's a little bit far away. So automatically that's 2,500. That's from him. They're doing 9,000. That's okay. You got right there. See, we're receiving very little damage. $2,000 is done. Look at that. It only did like 4,000. And the Corsairs. But look at what. Do you not see the Dragoons? I want you to look at the Dragoons section right there. They're receiving so little damage, and it's really great because of the reduction. Boom, they attack right there. That's 7,000. And we're gonna heal. They're gonna heal, sorry. The enemy is gonna heal. Another 2,000. Boom, 8,000 right there. They're gonna hit in. They're gonna receive, of course, 11,000. Look at that, only 327 damage that they're receiving from a small unit. Yeah. Like, we didn't, that is just, it's really good. Balance it out. You're receiving very little damage on the Dragoon side. Boom. Like I said, that's Black Serpent. Like, he's pretty good on tier 3. Tier 1, he's going to disappoint you a lot. He is really going to disappoint you. Now, let's go here. Let's look at this. Now, this was an easier battle, but it's just a show. So, we have Corsairs, we have Riders, and we have, of course, our Archers. So let's see how much damage they do. Now, Kamal, he does all the damage. He's gonna do most of the damage. Of course, they heal for 0. 2,000. 5,000. And you get another 2,000 right there. Damage and poison damage. Although it's poison damage. And you see... Oh, look at that. He's almost the same amount of damage as Sauron. Because of all his buffs. All his buffs that he's getting. That's almost 16,000 damage right there. I mean, no, it's almost 17,000 damage. Just look at that in one turn. From one unit. Of course, the healing. He's doing 2,000 to them. There's 5,000 them with the Riders. Now, I could take out the Riders and go pure Archers and Corsairs. And that would do even more damage. I'm not too sure if I want to do that. I might do it. It's tempting. Ah, oh, look at that damage. It's 2,400 damage just on poison damage alone. There goes that 5,000 damage on Kamal himself. He's just really good. So, now let's check out Shadow, and I think we'll do Algar, and then that's it. We'll call it for the day, and then we'll make a part 2 of the commanders. So let's check out some Shadow. So Shadow is the one that's gonna do most. He's gonna be the one that's doing like a lot of tricks and everything. So let's check him out. There goes there. The Riders are gonna do their a decent amount of damage. Boom. Wow. Shadow, look at that. Look at that, man. Look at that damage. That's all Shadow. Do you guys see how much damage he's doing per turn alone? That's 10,000 he did alone. That's not his units. That's him. Of course, his archers are not going to be that strong. Not like the other ones. His archers are going to do minimal damage. So there goes Shadow. Let's see what Shadow does again, because Shadow's going to get his turn. I'm just waiting to see so I can make sure I saw this right, because, man, that's incredible. He's activating his effect. There it goes. Shadow's doing the damage again. There's another one. That's 3,000. That's going up to 6,000. There you go. Man, that's another damage right there. Wow. Look at that. That's already another. That was 13,000, I think. Yeah, 13,000 he did. That's just a commander himself. The commander himself is doing that damage. And it's hitting all the enemies. That's really good, folks. He's doing poison damage, focus damage. He's doing all damage. He's attacking twice. So he's doing himself. He's doing really good damage for a commander. There you go. There's that continuous damage. Boom. Another one right there. Shadow doing again. That time, I think he didn't get... no, I don't know if he attacked twice that time. But yeah. So that's him. Let's do Azuk. Okay. Now, he doesn't have any range in it, but that's fine. Yeah, they're all tower guards. So, there goes the 14,000 damage right there. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. He does that. He's doing 5,000. He does so much damage as a commander. There you go. That's 6,000 from that. He's just going to do Heart Sinker. Wow. That's another damage. He's doing... He already did about 13,000 this one turn. And that's continuous damage right there. There you go. Dragoons attacking in. Yeah. Azuk is like phenomenal. And if he had range, boom. How you doing, Sheikah? How you doing? Clear it up right there. Easy going. Boom. All right, so I think I will do... How many commanders I have? Okay, so I think I have to do one more review. Yes, let's do this. So this is Gishnek. So he's a little weird. He uses focus damage, but he's poison. He's pretty much poison. He is a little strange to build. His tier 5. His tier 5 is a little weird. I don't recommend his tier 5 because it doesn't really benefit him. Yes, he has a stun. Yes, it can be effective. But really, I think his best ability, and here, I actually need to reset this too. So, his best ability would be Survivor. Right? You want to do this, of course, his commander stats, because it's going to increase his focus damage and his speed. You don't care about that. You want his assassin to be level 15. Yeah. You want to lock at least one level of this too. If you can't always promote your blue skills to be 100%, then what you're going to do is you're going to be able to get your main skill to 15, and whatever's remaining, look at your 2 skills and make your best judgment. Now, this has a chance to impose madness. This has a chance to inflict poison damage, but they cannot recover HP. This is a lot better because the madness will be able to be effect. I would definitely do that. So the way how I would build him is, of course, build him on Survivor, be able to increase his focus, do his assassin, do these two. This, if you want to do it, you know, go ahead. It's a void damage, and it does minus 30% damage on that. That's not bad. It's actually pretty good. But I would actually do Assassin, Survivor, this, and focus on getting his poison damage up, because when you look at his stat line, it's going to go closer to 200. That's a lot better. Now, the units I would use on him, let's see if I put the right units on him. Okay, I just did the standard, and this is a standard Riders and Dragoon combo. They actually do pretty well. He's actually not the best units, so let's see, let's get him to attack here. And why he's doing that, let's see, I have about like 18 commanders. We already did 8 of them, right? 1 2 3, yeah, we did 8 commanders. I think that once we see his battle reports, I'll call it, because that way I'll do part 2, and then we'll do the other commanders in that video and do the rest of the half, so that way you guys can see all that and you're not overwhelmed in one video. I like to keep my videos under an hour, so that way you guys can you know, come back later or take a break, or you can sit down within the hour. I don't like making, I used to do that all the time on Twitch when I had the platform, make long hours, and it was just tiresome. And then I was like, you know what, I don't even like watching videos that are longer than an hour. Why would I make my viewers do the same? So I like to keep my videos under an hour. This video is a little bit longer, but that's fine. You know, it's okay. So we'll play this so that way you guys can see how he is. Now, I would definitely put him with Morgul archers because of the focus damage. But these are just standard. So for people who are like, well, I don't know what units to put on my commanders, you can never fail with dragoons and with riders. It's just how it is. Like, you can see when you put a standard, you're not going to do the best as far as, you know, the damage goes and what you're producing. Like, look at the difference in damage when you with the same units compared to the other units. You're not going to do the best because it's not the best suited for them, but you're going to be able to do something. Like, we just did poison damage. Wow. Like, he did 2,000 on his own with that corrupting curse. And see, you really want to be able to match what's most important with commanders. You really want to match them with the right units. Like with this guy, I would probably do Alchemist. I would do Morgul archers, and then I would probably do Corsairs. Just put pure focus unit damage on him because he is a support unit. He's more of stacking. And for those people who don't know of stacking, watch my previous video. You know, that's going to teach you more about how to stack damage. When you have a support commander, this is actually a good tip actually. When you have a support commander, what you want to do is you want to do them second on the fight or the third on the fight. So you get your primary assault unit. That's the one that you're primarily using. You hit it, then you'll take your support commanders and you put them on top, because those support commanders will clear up that wave so your strong commander can keep going forward. And you're just repeating and you're doing that. So those are the 3 units. And then your siege units you don't touch. You put them in the back. And that's how they're going to be. They're always going to be in the back right there. Like for this guy, he's doing good amount of decent damage. These are really not the proper units for him. But as you can see, when you do a combination of proper units, you will be able to do a lot better. So guys, like I was saying before, for people who have not played this game of Lord of the Rings, I do have a download description down below. You can go ahead and click it. Join us in the Lord of the Rings new season's coming out. It's going to be wonderful. For the people who followed me on Rise of Warlord, I still have the download link in the bottom. For people who are new, they will give you 500 gold for starting off. That download link is sponsored by Rise of Warlord, the company. Phenomenal game. I highly recommend people giving it a chance. Again, that's in my description. You guys can click below. And just to let everybody know, this is something like a big update. I am going to be upgrading my stream and getting some more equipment to give you guys better quality videos. I know you guys will love that, and we're going to see that. I'm also going to be doing my band, my music. I'm going to be uploading some more music. I'm working on a music video right now for it. I'm going to be creating it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I also need a haircut too, but whatever. You can't do everything, guys. You can't do everything. I'm working here, guys. I'm working here. I do it because I love you. Well, everyone, you all have a great day, a great evening. Take care of yourself. Now, next time we do the Commander video, we will do the other... let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna do the other 11 that I have, and we'll be able to crunch that up. Makes it really good. We got a lot of the ones out of the way. So thank you guys for watching. This is your host, Gabriel Phoenix, signing out. Peace.